1017 The Truth, where everything is an option on the menu.
And one thing about me, I'm a tough cookie, but I know what I can't do, and I'm not suffering. All right, I fought my whole life. I'm all right.
Excuse me, Cletus. Hoppo, who this man?
Yeah, I wasn't doing it. So I was like, I'm not paying $1,000 to sleep on somebody's couch.
Grab your lunch, hit send on that email, and get ready for the best hour of your day.
My way of thinking is that the parents do all they can, but once the kids leave out that door, whatever have you, they make their own decisions. I don't care if you're 9 or 99, it's still your decision about the situations that you get involved yourself in.
We talking about taxpaying citizens who look into their taxes. Look into this. We talking about elected officials doing backdoor deals, and somehow she still want to blame immigrants. That's what we talking about right now. We following the money, and you still want to blame black people and immigrants and welfare and all of these things for policies and backdoor deals that put poor people in worse position.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
Like you said, they want to pad their pockets, but they need a reason to push things through. And I guess the low-hanging fruit is, okay, well, this is a problem, right? Y'all want to fix the problem, and they just hope nobody looks into it like, wait, when did food trucks become an issue?
Here are your hosts, Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon.
Yes, welcome back from the Sherwin Hughes Show. I'm your host, Maanaan Sabir of The Grapevine, and I'm filling in for our good brother, Ray Nitty. And we got on the line, of course, maybe Shannon. What's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, doing good. It's been a lot going on in today's news. It's almost like how summertime just starts heating up and then bang, here it is. Here's all the news and views, right?
All types of stuff going on.
Man, all types of stuff. But one of the wildest stories making headlines today is a pilot. Pilot reportedly exited a aircraft, right? He exited an aircraft. He's flying over, I think this was in maybe in Argentina, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere in South America, and he's flying over he has this small plane. He's training a 22-year-old. He's 49 years old. He's training a 22-year-old to fly the airplane. She just learned how to land the plane like not too, days ago before they went up into the air. So she had her license, but she was still learning. He then packs his stuff up, gets his belongings together, tells her that all she has to do is go forward, and he opens the plane, open the plane at that high of a level in the air, and then, he opens the door and jumps. He jumps. And I think it's raising a lot of questions. It's raising a lot of questions about mental health. It's raising a lot of questions about stress in high pressure careers. I don't even know if that was his career. We don't know. But also, what does in that land of mental health, what does stress look like? And how can we support the people who are under stress? You heard about this? I mean, I don't know if you dug into this particular story, but I mean, you're in a small plane and he jumps. Like your instructor who has like probably 50,000.
I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. First and foremost, like, not to be rude, but I would probably be super upset. Like, man, do that on your own time. Why would you do that while I'm here? Like, come on, man.
Right.
Like, how you know I'm confident enough to land this plan properly? Like, there are so many other ways. But then again, like, mental health playing a factor, you do have to remember not everybody in their right mind.
Yeah.
I do believe, like, a lot of times, like, people don't even realize when other people are struggling, right? And I don't know, like, what those check-ins would look like, especially when you're doing a job like that. Like, that's super serious. Like, you're in charge of another person's life, You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
we in the air. Like, what if he was the one flying and was like, you know what, we finna go down?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that could have been nasty for her. Like she could have just been like caught astray behind that, which, man,
Yeah.
that's super unfortunate. Like for him to just be like, you know what to do. I'm out.
Mhm.
I'm done with this. Like, bro,
He told her
that's
he
that's
told her,
crazy.
like, he said go ahead and go straight or something of that sort. So go forward and go ahead, go forward or whatever. And luckily, she's 22 years old. She just learned how to fly. She lands the plane.
Mm.
She then goes back to the authorities and tells them where he, where he jumped, and they find his
Jump
body.
to.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's absolutely
That's
wild.
wild. First thing going through my mind is as soon as you gotta be effing kidding me.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
what? Like after that type of trauma, does she even fly anymore? Do you lose, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm such a worrier. Like, I worry about everybody else so much. I'd probably be like, dang, I can't do this to this girl. I'm gonna traumatize her for the rest of her life. But
Right.
like I said, I gotta remember he mentally don't sound like he's there.
Yeah. 49 years old. And you think about it, like, I think scientifically, if you don't, I mean, maybe you don't know this, maybe you never heard of this, but from my science perspective, there's been a number of studies based around men who go through like similar midlife crisis, such as, and I'm not gonna say menopause is a midlife crisis, but it's something that some women have actually classified it as a midlife crisis, right? But I'm saying that men go through similar patterns in life, and I think that has to be addressed also, because it's similar to like how if you're together in a relationship, somebody's together in a relationship, and the man has, the woman gets pregnant, whatever, but he winds up gaining weight, and then it becomes like this whole mirroring thing, right? And I honestly, I don't, I don't mind that whole mirroring piece, but man, seeing somebody without support is hard. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Seeing somebody without support
No.
is very, very hard. Very hard.
That's tough. And like, I mean, and you would think in like these fields where like lives are on the line and like you're doing something as serious as flying a plane, like there'd be more screening, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or like a certain amount of check-ins. I don't know what their protocol is. Like just like, man, monthly check-ins, like where are these people's minds at? Where are they at? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Mentally. Just because, like you said, like some people don't have support, or some people go through that time in their life where they're just like really going through it. And like, even though like friends and family may know this person is like a happy-go-lucky person,
Mhm.
full of life and all these things, they might be fighting with something internally that only a doctor can understand. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah. And a lot of these things aren't caught, in time, in good enough time. A lot of the things are actually, they're, self-perpetuated until the breaking point, until it's not. I had a cousin who was supposed to be coming to live with me after a period of time, and then he took his life. But
Wow.
it happens. This happens regularly. I know it happens amongst men. And maybe this is kind of this might be a little study, but, and somebody could correct me on this if I'm wrong, but I think men tend to take their lives at a higher rate than women. And I wonder, hopefully there can be way more studies around this, because men, I know there have been a number of individuals here in the Milwaukee area that have taken their life, and people have known these folks. And so what do we do as a people what do we do as a people that are living day to day stressed? What do we do, and how do we help the people around us correct some of these actions? What do you think is the first step?
Honestly, I think when you say a lot, men take their lives more often than women, I feel like a lot of that probably has to do with them not feeling like it's manly to show vulnerability or ask for help.
Yeah.
Right? Like sometimes in our culture, and I feel like in general, it's almost shameful for a man to show any other emotion other than anger, right? Or other than like, you know what I mean? Like any other emotion is, oh, that's not manly. Oh, you're supposed to suck it up and just deal with it. And like, if you just sucking it up and just dealing with it until the very end, sometimes you just crash out and end it. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like there's not a lot of resources that are, I'm not gonna say there's not a lot of resources, but I feel like there's not a lot of resources like on the front line where people know about it right away. Like, yo, if a man is going through this, this is who you call. If a man is going through this, this is a safe place for you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that. And I think even when it comes to like friend circles that are safe for men, like a lot of times you hear like men don't have those circles where it's like, I know this person, I can trust this person and like cry to this person or like just be vulnerable with this person. So
do you know any?
I don't know.
Do you know any
first
guys
step
that's cried on your? I mean, they may not cried on your shoulder, but not like that. But do you know any guys have like admitted to you that they've gone to a vulnerable place with other guys, have cried on their guy's shoulder, to cry on their couch and stuff like that?
Yeah, like I've known guys that have been like, oh, I have a friend that like, he come to me crying about his girlfriend, or he come to me about this and that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a safe place for them to talk and they know that they can, be vulnerable with that person. So like I'm blessed to know a lot of good men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in general, where like they are safe people to other people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed to know that, but not everybody has that. And not everybody knows those people that they know like, if I come to you, I'm not going to be shamed. I'm not going to be clowned. I'm not going to be made to feel like I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, right.
I know that's not a normal for a lot of people to have those type of men in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like my sister told me the other day, her son was talking to somebody about something and he told them like, man, you ain't a man if you don't cry. I'm like, where did you get this from? Like,
is he
okay,
not?
because the dude was kind of, no, he older. Like he was like, I think the dude was saying like, man, I feel like, I feel weak for crying or something. He was like, man, you ain't a man if you don't cry. Like it was something like that where he was telling him like, it's okay to cry. You know what I'm saying? I was just like proud of him in that instance. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Be that big brother, but he like a teenager. But like I said, I'm blessed to know like a lot of good men, and he got a good dad too. So
yeah. When we come back, y'all, we're gonna discuss men crying. Is it worth it? Where's the breaking point? Where's the breaking point? How do we support men who are in this situation of mental angst? When we come back in 2, don't go nowhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Told by sliding in the rain, headed out of state. So much going through my brain, I can barely think. Sometimes I get on my own and wander out of space. I love you, but I'm full of rage. Our past is full of pain. On the planet of my
Welcome back to the lunch break with Ray and Shannon. I'm your now filling in co-host of the co-host, Maanaan, Sabir, and we got on the line our co-host of the co-host, maybe Shannon. What's up?
What's up?
Shannon, welcome. Where can people find us? Where can people find us so they can contribute to this conversation?
Man, make sure you guys follow us on Facebook at The Lunch Break. Make sure you guys go to YouTube and type in 101.7 The Truth, and you can join the conversation and watch us live and join the chat. Give us some of y'all feedback. Also, don't forget, you can always call in at 833-212-1017. You can also text that line. If you scared to get join the chat.
Yes, we're gonna hit the chat real quick right before we get into that question that we had. I know the song that we came into. Who was that, Zach?
Rod Wave.
Yeah, Rod Wave. He be getting it in. It's a lot. Hip hop has been plagued with instruments of folks that have had some very tragic times. And I wanted to continue on this conversation because I think this is really highly important. So before we get to some of these, a question I had, I wanted to get to our chat first. And Jasmine Jazz West said, "Hey y'all."
Hey Jazz.
Hey Jazz. Jasmine, she also said after you pay for the training class. RC community. Oh, Truth also said kind of reminds me of Sky King, and then RC Creation Muse 2023. It's the intrinsic value of hyper. Oh man, give me some. Somebody help me out with that word. Hypergamy. Men being valued by their income abilities by other men and especially females all throughout history. So, I want to ask a question. What if a man doesn't cry? What if he doesn't cry? What you think?
I feel like hopefully he has other ways to express his emotions. Like, you don't always have to be a crier. I'm not much of a crier myself. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's other ways to express yourself. Like, hopefully there's other outlets. Like I said, like, I think a lot of people think anger is the only emotion that you can show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but you have to have other ways to express how you're feeling or be able to talk about it or talk through it or journal about it, whatever it takes. Or like, even like some people have they thing where they like, oh, I'm gonna go fishing. I'm gonna go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I guess my hope is not like, oh, men are just like out here like crying in the streets. Like, you know, that's not my dream. But I feel like just making sure like they know that there's other ways other than jumping out of an airplane or just being angry and crashing out on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I think the people who have been suffering from these mental health conditions probably have been suffering from them for a really long period of time in their life and just haven't had them addressed. And
Mhm.
seeking out professional help is always a great thing, but also understanding who your friends are and having a strong environment around you that will allow for them to have some type of comfortability when it's maybe sometimes not even cool to have that comfortability. Having friends that can call you out and allow for that bridge to be softened, man, it makes a world of a difference, especially when it comes down to, mental connection, mental health. Like this is real. Like today, I visited a friend of mine, his gym, and one thing I noticed in his gym is that he was in his gym working out. Like that's his mental health. That is how he
Yeah.
controls who he is as a human being. Straight up. And we all go through it. We all go through it. A lot of us go through it. I know my
I think everybody needs those outlets for sure.
yeah. Yeah. For real. Oh, my cousin took his life. That was really hard because I remember his mom telling me like, hey, he's having some trouble. And at the time, you're young, so you don't really know, or I was younger, you don't really know how to deal with taking someone in who has some type of mental illness, and then ultimately he's gone, and that breaks you down too, as the person who had to witness this person in your life, and then ultimately they pass on. That breaks you down. So I even think about it a lot, but I have to also
I feel
share.
like a lot of people struggle with like what they could have done better or what they didn't know. You know what I mean? Hindsight is always the best sight, right?
Yeah,
Looking back at situations, you all of a sudden have these aha moments of things like, man, I should have noticed this or I should have did this. But like nobody has all the answers. And
right.
hindsight, like I said, is always the best sight. Later on, people figure it out and think, okay, well, maybe if I knew this, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't beat yourself up about that stuff either. And, hopefully you got a good support system that, talks to you about those things and stuff like that. Cause like
Yeah,
you said, the people like they leave behind when they do stuff like this, it's kind of, it's important to support them as well.
yeah, that's true. Are you the type of person? Are you the type of person that will go, you know, like take up a hobby if you're feeling, or take out one of your hobbies if you're feeling uh like if you're feeling a little stressed? I don't know what hobbies you have. You could be. I know, and
Yeah.
lately I know a lot of folks who are younger. I'm older than you, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of folks who are younger who like take up knitting. There's a whole knitting culture, right? Or like
Yeah, it
sewing,
is.
a
Book
whole
clubs, all types of stuff.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And so like all of
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
no, I was gonna say, so like I don't know about being the type to be like, I'm gonna take out my hobby just because I'm such a busy person, but I believe I
Yeah, I was thinking about my hobbies too. Like I like one of my favorite hobbies honestly is to go to the gun range. I haven't been to the gun range in a really long time, but being able to go to the gun range is absolutely, a fun thing. I don't necessarily do the handguns per se, but I do like handling the rifles, and so
yeah.
that's one of the things that I like to. My other hobby is martial arts. Like anything martial arts, it could be little and or small, little and or large. I do anything martial arts, but that keeps me out of this like enclosed headspace that
Mhm.
kind of takes me away. And it also takes me away from all of this stuff that's going on in the society, man. Straight up. So I'm not gonna, but I damn sure know that I'm not gonna, fly a plane and then jump out over to Amazon.
Right, and leave somebody to figure it out. That's tough.
Yeah, not at all,
Yeah.
man. But
I feel like for me, like I just throw myself into work. That's like I said, like it's one of those things where it's like I don't have a bunch of hobbies, but
yeah, I mean, I throw myself into. I like that too. That's really dope. I like to throw myself into work too. Like if it's something that's bothered me, I will definitely throw myself into a lot of work. And that all my life would just be about is just work and home, work and home, work and home. And I think that's one of the ways in which some people honestly feel that they can make their life better and continue to trust their mind. Like and I think that's the other thing, honestly, is trusting your mind, being able to trust your subconscious, your conscious, those abilities that somebody else entrusts you with, that you can handle throughout your life, that you can have throughout your life, to use as tools to make your mental state a strong place to be, a strong place to live. So this is what I'm gonna do. If you have anything going on, like you want to contribute to this conversation, please give us a call, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Please. Al, what's up?
How you doing? First thing I want to say, anybody who's dealing with mental health, if you're going to crash out, do that by yourself. Do not take that out on innocent people. That is your prerogative. Number two, if you are in a relationship and you have mental health issues, please do not put that baggage on somebody else to deal with. That is your reality, and you need to take that reality and turn it into greatness and turn it into positive. And please stop telling people you have mental health because you want to use it as a mental crutch to act a fool. Now, I understand people have their issues, but they have to deal with that. You cannot take your issues and then dump it on somebody else. It's wonderful you have good friends. Your good friends are going to say, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to fix it? What is the choices and options that you create for yourself, okay? I need people to understand that with mental health, because nobody can save you if you're not trying to save yourself, okay? And speaking from experience, I had somebody live with me one time, and they said they was going to commit suicide. I asked them what the hell they was waiting on.
Oh,
but you want to hear where it gets rich? You want to hear where it gets rich? And this is where it gets rich. I called the ambulance, and they heard them ambulance coming. They thought I was trying to commit them. That mental health went right back to sober.
Hey,
that
look.
same person who said they was crazy, they got that stuff right together where they heard that ambulance. So I'm telling you, people that's listening, don't let them play on your conscience. A lot of them just want that sympathy. If they ain't trying to save themselves, you don't save them. Because then they have you crazy as a crazy bug, and they be right out there laughing all the way everywhere else. Don't let them play on your conscience.
I appreciate it, Al.
Figure it out.
Thank you so much. And we will come right back. We're going to talk about what Al said, and I got some words of advice for people too. Y'all, we'll see you back in 2. Don't go nowhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the lunch break. I'm filling in for Ray Nitty. And we have maybe Shannon on the line. What's up, Shannon?
What's up? What's up?
What up? Man, I am excited. I usually say that a lot because I usually am pretty excited. I wake up excited. So hopefully,
I know that's right. That's how you got to keep that energy high throughout the day. Just keep it going.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm gonna go to the chat because I want to address something that Al said, and I want people to realize that there are a lot of things that, are a part of someone's culture, and also, it's a part of their life. Like, if someone on our chat line has a strong opinion, then they're more than likely entitled to their strong opinion. But when it comes to mental health, we have to thread the needle. We have to thread the needle and allow ourselves to be put ourselves. We got to allow ourselves to be put ourselves in the position to be. Man, you just gotta be strong. We just gotta be a little stronger when we're talking about mental health and mental health issues, like real life, man. Straight up. I'm gonna go to the chat because I think this mental health is a topic, and a very hot topic, as RC Creation said. It's a very hot topic about mental health issues, and as Anita Nichols said, we need to be able to fully comprehend them. In going to the chat and listening, also previously listening to what Al said, I agree with the fact that as human beings, we are entitled to our own opinion, but also we do have to be careful in that those opinions, they can tread the lines really finely of hurt and also opinion. So just be prepared to not hurt people who are in very difficult situations. Plain and simple. So that's what I got. I had to get that off my chest. Shannon, you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I just like I do understand like where I was coming from with the frustration of like some instances where people will try to like play with your heartstrings, right? And be like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this to myself. Well, I'm gonna do this. And that's kind of where it sounds like he was coming from with that. And then he did call for help, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the person like, oh, never mind, I don't need help. So like it's important to identify when people do need help or maybe they're not expressing it the right way and you reach out and you do what you can for them, but you want to protect yourself and your mental health as well. And when you realize, okay, maybe you just trying to get that attention from me, maybe you want a reaction out of me, that's when you do call for help, you offer the help, you and like you can you give somebody the help that you're offering.
Mm-hmm.
Important to know that you tried, if that makes sense.
I didn't hear the last part. Just the very couple last words.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's important to know that you tried or,
Mm-hmm.
give it a try and give those resources, give that information, give that time. And of course, don't let somebody use and abuse your emotions as well or bring you down with them or, you don't want to ruin yourself in the process of trying to uplift another person. But, you give what you can, give those resources, give that advice. And if they take it, they take it. And if not, hey, sometimes you do have to be like, okay, I need to take a step back from this for my mental health,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. We got somebody on. Nope. Okay. Yeah. So no, I believe it. I truly do believe it. We have a number of individuals, especially in our society, that are we label some of these individuals' characteristics and behaviors as crashing out or crash outs, and that's not to have a culture of language, around folks that are dealing with strong mental health issues is an affront, and it's also a like it's an attack on people who are aren't necessarily there. They're not all the way there. And I don't even know if that's a specific phrase that I should be using, but there's something there. Like if you have an individual and they're, in for street terms, crashing out or having a meltdown, that's not, these words aren't words that would help the person's situation anyway. Have you talked to somebody who's an authority of the person's mental health? You don't say, hey, this person's crashing out. You say, hey, look, this person is having a mental health breakdown and we need your help in order to help, satisfy their breakdown. I mean, plain and simple. It shouldn't be a you shouldn't have, man, like they out here crashing out. Nah. It's something
Yeah.
deeper than that.
I think like somebody might have said in the chat, like just being able to like educate ourselves at least to the bare minimum on like how to phrase things or what they're going through, like just to kind of have some type of like vocabulary on like, okay, this is what's going on, maybe I can describe this to the proper help, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's doing a service for somebody, like you said, being able to be like, hey, this person is having a mental health crisis instead of like crashing out and stuff like that. That's like, you know, a step in the right direction.
Yeah. And more than ever, people are starting to be diagnosed with, you know, conditions that they can be treated for. So luckily that's happening, because if you look at the school system, we just talk about the school system and individuals labeled, you know, and from my case, labeled neurodivergent or autistic, a lot of individuals who weren't labeled neurodivergent and autistic in my day, now they're starting to discover that they are, and or that they were then and still are now. And now they are, you know, receiving help. Some people have, you know, self-medicated themselves to a great degree that, you know, they've conquered their particular crisis or whatever it is, you know, condition. So yeah, I think. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think that's important, and a lot of people will say, "Well, it wasn't this many mental health issues back in the day," but that's just because we didn't have the verbiage back then. We didn't have like the criteria of like, okay, this is this. Like when you think about vocabulary and how people describe certain things, most of those people, you be like, oh, we knew that person wasn't right. We knew they was off. We knew, you know what I'm saying? Like the way they described it was way different, but now we have words for it and we understand it a little bit better. So I don't think that it's just like so different from back then, but I do think we just have more knowledge and we can identify it better now. Like you said, people are medicating themselves and they're getting the help that they need because the resources are there and like the access to understanding is there.
That's true. Hey, y'all, when we come back, we're going to talk about Marshawn Nealon, Dallas Cowboy, who died by suicide last year at age 22. But then we're going to talk about whether or not is crash out the right word, and what do we do to help support the people who are in those conditions when we come back on the lunch break.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am ASAP and Maya Angelou.
I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass.
From A to Z, I celebrate, emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep Scholars recite, not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning, because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at mda75.org.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way.
improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
I lived it to the fullest. If I fall, if I die, know I lived and missed some bullets. I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything.
Welcome back to the lunch break with Ray and Shannon. I'm your host today, Maanaan Sabir, along with maybe Shannon. What up, Shannon?
What's up? What's up? We back. We back,
and we talking about Marshawn Kneeland right now. Man, this is real life out here, bro. Marshawn Kneeland, Dallas Cowboys defensive end. He was actually really good in terms of playing. You know, I got to point that out because, you know, he had a strong enough career. I mean, going into football, you know, bashing over and over again. Your body, your brain, you know, physically, your head, and you're doing it over and over again for, you know, he probably, if he was a big boy, so you talking about, you know, probably ever since the age of 5, so 19 plus years he's going and he's doing this, you know, pretty much three times a week. That's a lot. So this week his family shared that researchers found that he had stage 1 CTE after examining his brain. So especially with football players, they ask you if we want to donate your organs to the research of CTE, especially in this case, and they said yes. So they wanted to raise the awareness, not define him by how he died, but how he gave. So he right now posthumously is giving. And he's giving, you know, graciously, but he's also giving athletes what he was carrying and how he could, if he could help prevent that, then he's doing it this way, and he gave his body up for that. So, and the family is trying to raise the awareness. I personally I've had concussions myself, Shannon, like real life, like to the point to where I've gotten hit a number of times, and there'll be times when I'll be walking down the street or wherever, and I'll just hear this ringing, you know, in my head, and it'll be ringing, right? Scary. And then it'll go away, you know, for, you know, it could be months or years, and then it'll come back. So Marshawn Kneeland, Dallas Cowboy, was diagnosed with stage 1 CTE. The researchers at Boston University note that half of athletes under 30 whose brains have been donated show CTE signs. So, and those donations come from a selected group, not all athletes. And CTE is a degenerative brain disease which, from repeated head blows, linked to memory problems, mood changes, impulsivity, depression, and cognitive decline. Currently only diagnosable after death. Man, Shannon, you know anybody that had and I don't know if you know football players, but you know anybody that has had CTE or concussions, mild and or major?
I do know some people that have had concussions. I think CTE is only diagnosable after death, but I do know a few people where, how do I say this the right way? Where, like, with what we know about CTE, right?
Yeah.
That they might have some markers that they've had a few concussions in their time. You know what I mean? So, like, it's just one of those things that is super sad to see, like, people so young give their bodies to a sport that makes so much money from basically them damaging their brains.
Yeah.
And there not be, like, preventative efforts put in place for them, right?
Mhm.
So you would think an industry makes so much money will be able to invest in ways to prevent this stuff from happening,
Right.
especially when you look at how young these kids start.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. And like even when you think before CTE was like this big like thing, right? Before people were like, yo, like this is happening, the research was out there. People kind of knew something was off, right?
Right.
Like when like they played like the dumb jock in the high school movies, like clearly there was a reason
Mhm.
for that stereotype. And like now we see like they had some brain damage.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I'm saying? Because from a young age, they say even high school players have level 1 CTE, and that's
yep.
scary. Like not even most of them make it to the NFL and
Yeah.
they already have it.
Yeah. I think a lot of times we also have to look at the additional trauma that is levied on the person, right? So his mom died, suddenly passed away in 2024, February 2024. So as he was preparing for the NFL Combine, so you have to be really in shape for the NFL Combine. And just think about that. It's the biggest. It's like the largest audition in your life. You're working since Pop Warner or Pee Wee League, and then you wind up going to high school and to college, and you don't quit. It's just constant workout. And this young man, he got drafted, and from that, he became. I don't know if it's an instant sensation, but you become an instant sensation in your family in all of this. So he not only had his mom pass away, he got drafted, but in the same moment, his girlfriend was pregnant with their first child. The Cowboys, they took up a fund to help him, and that's it. After that,
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
That's scary because it's like just the normal pressures of life and then dealing with something like that and probably not even knowing what you're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
can be a lot. And like, kudos to his family for like even donating his brain to, research.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, man, in the coming years there's more research being done that can help prevent, people like this and more safeguards in place for like these athletes.
Yeah.
Would you let your child play football?
No, absolutely not. No, my child can't. No football at all. Nothing. No, like. Okay, so my daughter boxes. My daughter boxes.
Okay. That's heavy too.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, nah, but not football. The only thing, and the reason why I say this is because majority of the time you have a helmet on. You have a helmet on in football too. But here's the thing: you don't have somebody 200-pound car running at you full speed every 45 seconds. Every 45 seconds. Now with boxing, at least like for the amateurs, it's like 3 rounds, 3 minutes, and you kind of moving around. Now there have been people who have gotten hurt and also killed in the ring, but that's kind of a rarity. But still, it's still a caution. But yes, not football, not like that. Man, I know so many people who are suffering from injuries to this day from 20-something years ago due to football, and they played everything. I've had guys who fought with me in the martial arts, but football is different. It's a different animal. So no, that's the answer.
Like simply no.
Yeah.
Man, I definitely understand. Sports in general is hard on the body, And then you got something like football where it's like, man, isn't it one of the most dangerous sports?
It's one of the most dangerous sports. You got rugby also, one of the most dangerous sports. They definitely going to talk about boxing, and those are some dangerous sports. Soccer actually has a lot of concussions too, because you are going up for headers, and then you're doing things that are dangerous in that sense. But pretty much football is one of the more dangerous arenas. Yeah. And you have to look at the brain. The brain, if you look at a coconut, the brain is similar to the coconut. So if you put a ball inside of a coconut, you close it up with the water and everything inside of it, that's basically your brain. Yeah. So
having somebody rush into you and knock your brain around like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's your brain. So, hey y'all, on our number 2, we are going to come back and we're going to talk about this crashing out. Like, who's crashing out and why are we crashing out? Why is there language around mental health, and what can we do about it? How can we support our folks that are crashing out? We're going to get into some fun topics too. Right, Shannon?
Yeah. For sure. When we get back.
Hey, y'all, we'll be back in 2, 3.
The African American Roundtable, Black-led organization on Milwaukee's far northwest side, has launched a safety campaign rooted in the basic need of food access. It's called Feed the Change MKE. Through community engagement, AART learned that easy access to and education about locally sourced and fresh food would help people feel healthier and safer. Also, local food providers need to learn how to engage the community, build awareness, and stay in our community long term. So Feed the Change MKE encourages people to know, grow, prepare, and share food, especially from community-owned and operated stores, gardens, markets, and other culturally relevant sources. We can't rely on big corporations to meet these needs. That's why we must demand the city to invest $1 million into the Healthy Food Establishment Fund, formerly called the Fresh Food Access Fund. Join AART's campaign to win a dignified and choiceful system that we all can thrive in. Visit AARTMKE.org to learn more about Feed the Change MKE.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Milwaukee Black Talk on 101.7 FM.
The Truth.
And 1510 AM. W269DL. Milwaukee. A Milwaukee Black media company.
Hey,
Over dumb, I done seen too many crash out. Knock it down 4 times, then I'm about to crash out. Under the influence while you cruising, don't crash out. Gotta keep it moving, don't be stupid, you might crash out. Crash out. New form,
Yo, welcome back to the lunch break.
Like I'm snoring,
Talking about mental health, our mental health in our community, and how important it is. And today we're going to talk about, on the second go, we're going to talk about our kids, our people crashing out, and language behind it. We're going to try to close out our first conversation with Marshawn kneeling and suicide. But we first and foremost, we have Baby Shannon. What up?
What's up? What's up? How that first hour feeling? We just wrapped up the first hour. We on to the second.
I feel like Maceo just took my cape off. You hear me? Feel like Maceo
took your cape off.
Maceo took my cape. Maceo, take my cape off. Like James Brown. Maybe I'm just probably outdating myself, y'all. Forget it. All right, never mind. So everybody's like, crickets. So I want to like address something that I want to close out that first topic around suicide, because suicide, and somebody mentioned this in the chat, and I really want to make sure that we really put a lock on it, is when we're talking about these subjects, they are really serious subjects, and if you are dealing with any type of mental health illness and or condition, please seek the proper help, proper channels. You can call 211, you can call your friend, you can call your mom, you can call some relatives, or you can talk to the Veterans Administration, you can talk to the Milwaukee County Mental Health, you can call the Milwaukee County Mental Health helplines. There are multiple resources, not just in Milwaukee, but the people who are listening around the country and around the world. Please seek proper attention before you do anything else, whether it's self-medicating and or take up a tool. So please remind, if you are listening and you know someone that's dealing with it, please remind yourself to tell that person what to do. There we have it. That is the warning label. So I wanted to kind of cap this conversation because I think this is really important. Football, and sports, especially in the Black community, sports. I'll just say sports and entertainment, in relationship to entertainment, is a hot commodity. It's a way out. I mean, am I wrong? Like it's definitely a way out. It's a way to get your family out of the condition that they're living in. It's a way to say to individuals like, man, if I wearing a 4.240, jump 40 inches, and I'm 190 pounds, I can make my way, and I'm 5'10", 6 foot, 6'2", I can make my way out of this and get my family out of the condition that they're living in. And football is definitely one of the ways. But it's also a game, and it's not just for individuals. It's not just a game, right? It's a business.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of people still rely on sports as a way to make a way for their families. But as we've seen in recent news and recent history, we need more judges. We need more police officers. We need more lawyers. So There's also other ways, and I do feel like we're sometimes highlighted for our athletic abilities, which is dope. So I'm not taking that away from us, but at the same time, man, our brains are very powerful as well. So
yeah,
it's not the only way out, but I do feel like there is this around our community where we think that's almost the only way,
right?
And it's not.
And we've been pigeonholed. I mean, we've been pigeonholed to, tell our sons and tell our daughters, shake it off. Stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Right? What happens in this house stays in this house. And I'm like, man, that stuff has messed me up. I can let alone, and it wasn't necessarily pushed so much in my house, but I'm pretty sure if it was pushed in my house, then it was probably pushed very, very hard in other people's houses.
Yeah, some people that really, really live by that, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, is therapy is do you think therapy is now an accepted culture in the Black community? Because I know even if you're dealing with concussion, you still need some level of therapy.
Right. So I think therapy in our community is now being openly talked about and
Mhm.
more accepted. But I do think, like I said just a second ago, we do need more lawyers, we need more judges, we need officers, but we also do need therapists and psychiatrists. And I do think representation matters in those arenas too. So you got people that are like, okay, I want to go to therapy, I want to see a psychiatrist, but then you're talking to somebody that don't really understand us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it makes it a little bit harder. And then it gives us another thing to kind of try to navigate. So while therapy is important and more acceptable, I just think finding the right one and not giving up is also a conversation that needs to be had, because some people have a bad experience, or some people go to one and be like, you know what, they didn't know what they were talking about when it came to me. And it's like, okay, don't give up,
Mhm.
keep trying, and find the right person for you. That's
Look,
super important.
and Marshawn Nealon is not the first name on the list. It's a lot of players who've been on the list. Junior Seau, Demarius Thomas, who's 33 years old, Philip Adams, Vincent Jackson, Andre Waters, Dave Durson, who he shot himself in the chest specifically so his brain could be studied, and so he left a note. He actually left a note saying like his brain needs to go to researchers. So you know, every time it's the same song and dance. It's like shock. People send the hashtags. Check on your strong friends, and then we move on. And it's like another Sunday kickoff, another basketball, another soccer thing, kick another. Whatever it is, we go right on, and we're supposed to go right on a living. But how do we adjust to make sure that those people that are running headlong into other people, how do we adjust to make sure that those folks are taken care of? So I want to take this somewhere. And I need everybody to ride with us, because we were promising that everybody under the age of 35 knows the word crash out. Like, bang,
Yeah.
like
And I
crash out.
think, man,
Go
that's
ahead.
kind of reducing things to like, there might be other issues. Like if somebody's just a known crash out, there might be other issues to address, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Like how often do you hear that word crash out, Shannon?
Man, you do hear it often, honestly. Like I haven't really thought about it, but it is like a easily thrown around word when you like look at like reality TV and like people just crashing out constantly. A lot of them people have underlying issues that probably should be addressed, or
Mhm.
they shouldn't be on TV. They should be somewhere getting help instead
Yeah.
of being platformed. So you definitely hear it a lot, especially like I said, with like the rise of reality TV, with the
Mhm.
rise of social media stars that just do whatever for clout and attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think even in school when like, it was some bad kids. That wasn't the word back then, but they
What
was
was
little
the word
crash
back then
out.
though?
You know what I'm saying?
Like the word
I don't know.
like they
What?
going crazy. Yeah,
I'm
something
not
like
sure.
that. We have a whole it's a
Yeah, they
whole culture on
crazy.
that. Right. Yeah. I
Mhm.
think also it means like crash out is such a harsh description, like a descriptive word. Crash out meaning like
Mhm.
a person going from 0 to 100. They doing something reckless, or like now I did an episode on girls fighting like like hardcore, like guys watching, like, but the girls are, for lack of a better word, quote unquote, crashing out. And
Yeah.
they're acting on impulse versus logic in the situation. And it's starting to describe someone who had a mental break, and they're completely broken. They're completely broken.
Mm.
Right? Like the streets
That's
basically
definitely a
diagnose.
way to look at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's definitely a way to look at it.
The streets diagnosed it before the doctors did. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's probably, it's like trauma stacked on top of trauma, basically. That's how I
No,
see it.
for real.
You know,
That's a fact.
like there was this one video of this lady. She was fighting this guy at a Walgreens here in Milwaukee on Brady Street. You saw that? You saw that, Zach? Zach is
I mean,
No,
just
what?
the Walgreens on
Yeah.
Brady Street. It doesn't surprise me. That's all you had to say.
Right.
Right.
It's a whole
That's
different
the
like
same
portal.
Walgreens where they
That's
do
not even
that.
Milwaukee.
It's a portal. You go in that Walgreens and take it to
Seriously.
another universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the same Walgreens where that police officer, somebody threw that firecracker or something, isn't it? And
Yep.
like kind
Yeah,
of
in
blew
that
her
parking lot.
back or something. Like it's the same one. You're right. It's a portal. It's
Yeah,
a portal
it
to
was
another dimension.
was a bottle rocket inside of a glass bottle or something crazy. I don't know what it was, but it was.
That's insane.
Yeah. So the lady went off. So I guess a guy was, maybe pushing his way through the crowd or whatever it was, and she went off. I mean, she beat this guy down to where he was. I mean, he looked like he was just like praying to God that she stopped. He looked like he was praying to God that she would stop. And this is what I consider, the street term of crash out. But we kind of like using these terms to self-medicate individuals too. You know what I'm saying? Like rather than
Right. Or
telling them,
dismiss like other issues. Yeah.
yeah. Because fighting is the last resort. And so how do you resolve conflict without the whole crash out? Is something that either isn't being taught or it's people just don't use those tools in the face of a dramatic situation that can cause trauma.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Our kids.
I feel that. I definitely feel like emotional regulation is something that's not taught enough in our communities. And like you said, some stuff ain't even worth it, and it's 0 to 100. Like, dude, like that man could sue you. You could have harmed him seriously or killed him. And it's sometimes like when you look at a situation, it's like it didn't have to escalate to that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It wasn't like a situation where you felt cornered or anything like that. Because in those, like, I don't know the video you're talking about, so I can't really say like if it looked like she felt cornered, she didn't have a choice,
Oh
whatever
no,
the
she
case
wasn't
is.
cornered at
But
all.
like,
Right there, right, Zach? She wasn't cornered at all. She was like, it was no corner. She had him in
he
the
was
corner.
praying to the God.
He was praying to the gods. He was hoping somebody would save him, and her girls was just like egging it on. Somebody finally rescued him, but man, she had a death grip around his shirt and his hair, and it was just like boom, boom, boom. Yep.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those situations where it's like we definitely got to teach some emotional regulation and like just be able to come up with better solutions than putting our hands on other people for real.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, we also have to translate the crash out too. We have to translate the crash out. We have to make sure that it's, versus us saying it's that person crashing out, we have to say, hey, look, we have to be able to step in and try to, pull that person back as best we possibly can rather than, videotape the person, like voyeur culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, when we come back.
Especially before like things get too far.
Yeah. I'm listening to you.
No, I just said before things get too far for sure.
Yes. Before things get too far, man, we gotta do our job as a human being.
Reel it back.
Reel it back. Hey, y'all, when we come back, we're gonna talk some more about the crash out culture. We're gonna switch subjects too. So be ready, because we are on the lunch break with Maybe Shannon, and I'm your host, Maanaan Sabir.
Don't go anywhere. Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
With G-Way, we gon' crash out. But we no dummy, if you poppin' it, be ready. And we be jumping, we don't do no 101s. If you want that, then we coming. I ain't gon' say this no more. Call your pappy or your mommy. She's
Call your pappy or your mommy. She said mommy.
Mama.
Mama. Mama. Oh, man.
I'm dead.
Yeah. If you in a fight, you call your mama, man. You gotta just start running. Just straight up. Just start running.
You better start running.
Start running.
Like, what if you just need a ride? I just need a ride.
Just need a ride.
Look.
Yeah, you need a ride home.
Look, you ain't even gotta come jump in, man. Just give me a ride. Look, I
Yeah,
gotta
pull
get
up
home.
and open. Keep the
Get
door
big.
open like Dukes of Hazzard, and just let me just jump in. Shoot. Yeah.
I'm screaming.
Man. Shannon, hey y'all, welcome to the lunch break. We are not crashing out. We are actually trying to prevent crashing out. What's on the menu, Shannon?
Man, well, get ready. 101.7 The True Family Fest is back. Join us Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside High School for free back-to-school resources, live entertainment, family activities, and community fun. Vendors and sponsors can reserve a spot by emailing sierra.brown@milwaukeeblackmedia.com. Sierra, CIERRA.brown@milwaukeeblackmedia.com. Proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, and Ascension. Make sure y'all join us for Family Day, man.
Thank y'all for showing. Hey, join us straight up. We're gonna be around. We're gonna be around at the Family Day.
We gonna be outside. Ain't gonna be no crashing out. We gonna have a good time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, please. We don't crash out. It's funny because like in the Black community, that was it was kind of taboo to talk about mental health, and especially as I was growing up. But then it switched, and I think that's a good thing. I think we're moving in the right direction. So thank y'all for listening to our mental health conversation. I want to talk about the parasites. What's up? What's up with these parasites?
Man, I've heard. I'm scared to look. I'm gonna blame me not sticking to my diet on the parasites. That's what I'm gonna do. That's why I can't eat the fruits and veggies, because now it's a parasite in them. So I gotta eat McDonald's.
Oh, bruh. Hey, for real, all of them. Do all of them. Do all of them, Zach. Like every last one of them. That is.
Are you out of your damn mind?
What?
Congratulations.
What? They said the parasite.
We need a whole hour of those. It's so foul, man. That is Shannon. That is foul.
Did they not say it's in the fruits and veggies? They haven't even discovered where it's coming from exactly. So for my safety, I can't eat the fruits and veggies, man. What's the better solution?
Okay. All right. Look, let's inform our public about this if they haven't.
I don't hear no better solutions. I'm just saying, listen. Message.
Give me a chance to talk. I'll let you know. So basically, everybody out there in the land, it's called cyclosporidia, and cyclosporidia is the kind of the plural form of cyclospora. The cyclospora is a parasite that's found in water that is being washed on fruits and your veggies. And from what they consider as research around this is that the object, the parasite, comes from feces. So if you don't wash your fruit and vegetables properly, then ultimately this parasite basically, I guess, and I'm guessing, this parasite lodges itself into your body, holds itself there, probably grows, and then tries to find a way out, poisoning poisoning the rest of your system, causing nausea. What else? Causing nausea, explosive diarrhea, and other things, fatigue, stomach aches,
cramps.
Yeah, all of that.
All the stuff you don't want to deal with.
Right. Fatigue.
Real nasty work.
Mm-hmm. So.
And they still haven't found the food source. So like it's up in the air right now. They still have not found the food source.
Well, it's not necessarily the food source. It's the parasite that's here's the other thing. First, the CDC has been cut by Donald Trump, and so the people in the CDC are saying to the public that we don't have enough investigators to make this case a viable case to therefore inform the public on what to do. So they can only give you a guess on what to do, like washing your fruit. Yes, you can do that. But then also, what else do you need to do? You have to be clean yourself. That's the other thing. And how do you get rid of the parasite?
Yeah, they also said just simply rinsing your fruit off like most people do won't work. Like you actually have to be one of those people that make like a bath for like the water, like the lemon juice and the vinegar and really get in there.
Yes, baking soda, all that.
Most people I know ain't doing that.
Yeah.
They ain't doing it. They like, oh, you said wash the fruit. Let me just splash some water on it.
Right.
And then they gonna have explosive diarrhea in the morning. So my solution is hold off on the fruits and veggies
and get you a fried apple pie from McDonald's.
There you go. And a burger. No lettuce and no tomato.
I gotta go.
I mean, the CDC has been cut. That is a fact.
Right.
We know this. But that's why they can't exclusively say, hey, this is what it's coming from. We gonna recall this. They can't even do that. So until they can figure it out, burgers and fries.
Dang.
Or deep fry your lettuce.
From McDonald's though?
I'm just playing. I'm joking. Don't do that.
They do have places that deep fry your deep fried veggies though. Like it's a lot of places that deep fry veggies.
I know.
It's a yeah.
And guess what? They're gonna be safe. They ain't gonna have explosive diarrhea because it's been deep fried.
Burn all the parasites and fry them in just like fried chicken. Eat some parasitic fried chicken.
You might have some other issues, but
right.
you ain't gonna.
You might as well just make some gummy worms. Just make some fried gummy worms.
Listen, we might be having to live off a gummy worm salad with the CDC being cut.
Man, it's so crazy though, Shannon. Like, so, it wasn't necessarily Donald Trump that did this. It was, I think, this was a part of a recommendation by Doge. What's his name? And also, RFK, Elon. Yes. So all of them confab together and went after the CDC and basically saying that they were part of, they're just a slush fund. So it's like they just took a bunch of their funding, and then they took a lot of the universities' fundings that were studying stuff like this. Now they don't have enough investigators to run these studies and to investigate this. So now we out here with explosive diarrhea.
So sad.
And the
just
diarrhea,
figuring it out.
Just figuring it out. And the diarrhea is coming at like it's after 2 weeks. So it's just lodging in your stomach.
So it's hard to backtrack. Like, let me see what I ate yesterday. It's not like that. So we need them to do the research to tell us what we can't eat.
Right.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
So with this outbreak, would that change what you're buying from the grocery store? Like, I know I made a joke saying, like, now we only can eat burgers, but is it changing what you buying from the grocery store? Is it changing up your diet?
Nah, it ain't changing my diet up. I know what to do.
What to do? Well, share the wealth.
I'm gonna share
with us what to tell us. I know what to do.
I'm gonna share it after we take a break. We back in 2 minutes.
Don't go anywhere. Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message.
Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
What to do with parasites, what to do with parasites, what to do with parasites. I'ma tell you what to do with parasites. I'ma tell you what to do with parasites. I'ma tell you. Welcome back to the lunch break. And I'm Maanaan, Sabir. I'm filling in for Ray Nitty. And we also have, of course, Maybe Shannon on the line. What up, baby Shannon?
What's up?
Chilling.
I'm waiting for these answers on what you buying at the grocery store. What's our safe bet to avoid getting sick?
Right. So usually when you are at the grocery store, a lot of things are being touched by whoever. And so if I know, and I used to be, this was my lane. So there's three, and I'm gonna tell you there's a few points of connection to humans that you have to remember. There's one connection that when it comes out of the farm. There's another connection when it's being processed at the farm. There's another connection when it's being transported. That's in terms of logistics, and then there's another connection when it's at the larger distribution facility, and then from the distribution facility, then it's a connection at the grocery store. From the grocery store, then it's a connection by the actual stocker that's picking it, and then from that connection. So I'm displaying all these connections, right? And then there's a connection between the people who are coming from their house to the grocery store to look at and pick up the fruit, maybe put it back down. Some grocery stores do not like you to pick up their fruit and or pick their fruit. They don't want you to put your hands on it. If you pick it up, you do have to purchase it. Some grocery stores are like that. Some are getting really, really much more meticulous about that. Yeah. What I'm doing personally is I have a 6-year-old that will go to the grocery store and grab a cucumber and kill the cucumber, and then she'll this is her thing. Forever, and then she'll pick up a zucchini and eat the zucchini, and then she'll pick up a squash. If we're in the grocery store for a long period of time, let's say 30 minutes to an hour, she's constantly eating. What I'm doing is when I pick my fruit or vegetables up, I'll take it home. Ultimately, I like to wash my stuff. There are times when I don't wash, when I'm in a rush. But now that this thing is kind of prevalent and I know bacteria is on the forefront, then my goal is to use the baking soda and water. You can use vinegars, lemon juice and water. There's so many ways you can do it. You can use apple cider vinegar and put that stuff in the water and get that stuff off of your vegetables and fruit. So, but I'm also trying to do organic. A lot of times
when you say organic, I've seen people say when people put anybody can label something organic and it doesn't really mean that it's organic. Is that right?
Yeah. So say that again.
Explain that to me, because I know, like you said, this is your lane. When people say organic, some people can label things organic and it doesn't actually have to be organic. I've heard that before. People can label things whatever they want to sometimes, or it's the name of it and not exactly what it is. They have those little gray areas where they can be like, oh yeah, this is called organic, but it ain't really organic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now they are now it's a very murky area because
right.
It's a very murky area because now there are a lot of organic or companies that are selling out to the larger companies. And so they are labeling, they are continuing to label the USDA, organic label, on a lot of, and it's, pretty much organic, but they're not using the pesticides on those particular fruits and veggies, and you can actually taste it. You can actually taste the difference. What the issue is comes from the administrative side, where you have people who are like, companies that are buying into these organic companies, and they're farming on the same acreage, right? Let's say you got 1 acre, you got one side that uses pesticides and the other side that's not. And so
Exactly.
there are some issues around that, but then you have some companies that are honest. So that's a large
Off your fruits and veggies, and that should be something. I think even before these outbreaks, I think that's something people should have been doing anyways, because there's always something, it seems.
Yes. I think like if you're dealing with a topic like this, and a parasite like this, then the best way to do it is, one, do your own research. I'm asking, like, it's good for people to hear it from us, but then they also have to do their research on these particular, subjects and this science itself. Not only that, you also can, you can run this past your doctor, but this is something that I do if I'm sick. So I had a parasite in my system, and I was explaining to the listeners on my show. I think it was yesterday. I was talking to him, or the day before yesterday, whatever. I was talking to him about the parasite that I had in my stomach about 2 years ago, and it sidelined me for like a month. And I knew what it was, but I was trying to get it out because I thought it would flush out regularly. And then I use y'all. This me. I'm not saying I'm a doctor. I'm just saying this is what I use.
Oh my God.
I use first. I drank a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I forgot to tell them this. I used a little apple cider vinegar, but then I used oil of oregano, and I also use activated charcoal. When I use the activated charcoal, it started to I started to feel better. Then the next day, I took some cayenne pepper. And everybody has parasites, good and or bad, in their system. Parasites aren't always bad. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes the parasites beat up the bad parasites. So having those parasites that aren't always, bad is just part of life. What happened with me is that I took cayenne pepper, a gang loaf, like a tablespoon of it, and I put it in some water. I put it in like a coffee mug, swirled it around, and I drank the coffee mug. Now, what happened next was absolutely out of order, because my stomach started like kind of gurgling a little bit, and I'm like, okay, it's nothing, some whatever. But I started to get real hot. From that point on,
Oh wow.
like it was like I was crawling around the house. I was on the on the commode. I was on the toilet. I was just like trying to get, like, my body was trying to expel it, and luckily, like it all came out, like all of it. But this took some time. It took like an hour for all of it to like come
Sound
out
like
of the
an
system.
exorcism.
Man, that's exactly what happened. Like, it was a real exorcism. So that's my story, y'all.
So with stores closing in our communities, and like the worry of getting like bad fruits or bad veggies, right?
Yeah.
I wonder where people are shopping at, and where would you recommend? Because I know you were kind of you were saying like you look for organic food and stuff like that. So you already got your system in place.
Yeah.
What places are you like? Do you shop at? I guess because all these ain't never did wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Man, all these Aldi's, of course, is a German brand. Aldi's has some of the most, I think, majority of their items at one point where it was like they were clocking in like 70% of their items were organic.
Yeah.
And saying
it be
something,
getting a bad rap sometimes.
yes, because
Like, people talk stuff about them
because
but
they make you bag your own groceries, man. Like, you don't want to bag your own groceries. You want to have somebody else bag your groceries. Right.
Look,
And I want my quarterback
right.
for my dang cart. So yeah.
Right.
Listen, Aldi's, Trader Joe's, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be absolved from having a parasite. Doesn't mean that. What it means is that you're removing a barrier for obtaining this particular parasite, right? You're removing that barrier, so they don't necessarily have to.
You still got to be cautious and do what you got to do.
Yeah, so I'll do
make sure your fruit is clean.
Yes, exactly. So I'll do Aldi's. I'll do Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. I'll do Outpost, which here in Wisconsin, y'all, if anybody listening from out of state, it's just a co-op. It's a natural food co-op. I will do the farmers market. I'll do some of the South Side stores that I know have local farmers. Like local, if you shopping local, that's one of the best ways. That's literally one of the best ways to purchase your fruit and veggies.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So do you go to any of those? What is it called? Is it called a farmer's market?
Yeah, farmer's
when
market.
They all just come and
Mm-hmm.
like, so do you know what? I got to do my research on that. When they do they pop-ups where you can find them and stuff, because I do remember they used to have one all the time. I want to say it was across from Milwaukee Mall, if I'm not mistaken.
Farmers. Yep. It's called Fondy Farmers. Yep. Fondy Farmers Market. It's still there.
Do they still do that?
Yep.
It is. Okay.
Yeah. So okay. I encourage people to do that, but I also encourage people, like, if we're dealing up, there's a lot of parasites out in the world. There's a lot of parasites. Like, I got that one parasite 2.5 years ago from chicken. Like, I literally heard, like, that night I heard the parasite swimming around in my stomach.
Oh no. You ain't fried the chicken. Dude, you ain't fried, did you?
I didn't fry the chicken.
Exactly. Deep fried veggies, deep fried chicken, and burgers. No, I'm just
man, Zach, help me out with some crickets or something, man.
You'll be
like,
safe.
This is not safe. Right, man.
Look, deep fried stuff ain't never. Well, it has hurt a lot of people.
It has hurt a lot of people. I was just researching the top. This is gonna sound crazy. The top. Where are the most amount of obese residents? And it was the whole Bible Belt. The first one was like Little Rock, Arkansas. Then you had Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You had Jackson, Mississippi. It was a number of cities. It was like the whole Bible. It was Louisiana. I think Tennessee was on there once, but Memphis, Tennessee was on there. But it was like Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Alabama. Those 5 states contain the most amount of people with obesity.
Probably because they deep fry everything, but I bet the least amount with what? Parasites? No, I'm joking. Let me stop. I'm joking, y'all. The views and opinions stated by me does not reflect the views and opinions by 1017 The Truth. Do not deep fry everything unless you go into Safe Fair where you get some deep fried Oreos too.
And we'll be back on the lunch break. We'll be back in 2, man. This is crazy. This is crashing out.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkuprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
Join the Milton House Museum for an extraordinary celebration of history, heritage, and freedom on September 26th at 7 p.m. at Janesville Performing Arts Center. This special evening features Grammy Award-winning Fisk Jubilee singers from Nashville, a legendary ensemble having preserved the powerful legacy of African-American spirituals, carrying songs of faith, resilience, and hope to audiences around the world. Opening the evening is the dynamic Kofi Dance Company. Don't miss this unforgettable evening supporting the Milton House Museum. Tickets available at miltonhouse.org.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jackamick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Look, I want some fries and chicken, a side of biscuit, that ain't enough for me. I want a number 3.
Yes, welcome back to the lunch break with Ray and Shannon. And you are on the award-winning 1017 The Truth Radio. Shannon, you definitely need no parts of fried foods, period. Hey,
don't do it. I'm trying
do
to get right. You told me where to go. I got my list of places to shop, how to clean the fruits and veggies. I think about it, but I'm thinking about it. Did you see did you see that there was a challenge on the internet? This man give people a Popeye's biscuit and ask them to finish it in 30 seconds for $1.
For $1?
For $1. Nobody been completing it. I think one person did it.
A Popeye's,
Yeah, man,
a Popeye's biscuit?
In 30 seconds. You think you could do it?
Man, easy. You just fill your mouth up.
Yeah, right.
I swear to you,
You can't do that.
I'm telling you, that's what you do. You fill your mouth up with water and you eat it.
That's cheating.
That's not cheating. If he gives you one
Literally
rule,
cheating.
that help me out, man, because I got the rule breaker over here.
They walking up off the streets and they're like, hey, could you finish this 30 seconds? You don't got no water on you. So without water, could you do it?
Yes, I can do it. You know why? You know here's the secret. The secret the secret is when you're like, it's just like that dude Kobayashi. What's his name? Takayashi. the hot dog guy from Nathan's Hot Dog. If you ever been to New York, Coney Island, the Coney Island Nathan's Hot Dogs. Nobody's never heard of that.
I gotta look that up.
Look
it up. I've heard Coney Island before, but I gotta look that up.
All right. Well, so basically, the guy, he's like the world's fastest hot dog eater, and sometimes he'll break it up, or sometimes he'll just eat the whole thing. but then towards the end of his, like, he'll break up the pieces and then start eating them piece by piece. And I think the same thing is like you do that with the biscuits. Like you take the biscuit, you break it down in pieces, you eat it, you break it down in 3 pieces, or 4 pieces. He gives you 30 seconds to do it.
I think it's 30.
Yeah. So you take it in 3 pieces. Boom, boom. You take 10 seconds. You count to 5 and you eat the first piece. You count to 5, you eat the second piece. You count to 10, you eat the third piece. You're done.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
I think it's a math
theory.
thing. Gotta test it.
It's a math thing. Man, I'm coming to Milwaukee with biscuits and I'm putting people to the challenge.
You should do
I'm just curious to see.
You shouldn't do the Red Lobster biscuits.
Those are too yummy. And they not dry enough. KFC and Popeyes are known for being dry. Them butter biscuits, like you're gonna be all right.
Oh, nah, man. I can't do it. It'll hurt me. You know what? All right. You put up enough money on the line, I'm doing it.
We're gonna raise money. You seem very confident.
I'm confident. I'm confident in doing that. Like, I'm a competitor though. I like to win. Period.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
So
Look,
you put a biscuit in front of me. I'm gonna mathematically break it down. You said what?
I said when I show up in a week or two and you didn't forgot about this, just know I'm not gonna forget.
Right. No, please don't forget. Here's what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna videotape everybody that's in the studio, a part of that wants to be a part of this challenge, upstairs and also in the studio. We're gonna videotape everybody in the lunchroom, like doing this challenge. And we're gonna put money up.
Okay. That's
you want to do that?
My only. I would love to. I would love to see how many people actually could do it because everybody on the street was like, I could do it. I could do it in 2 seconds. And then they over there like, you can't do it. I don't think it's possible. I think one person did it.
One person did. I mean, why don't we do this? We challenge. So there's a number of stations a part of our brand. We got Truth, WTMJ, a number of them. Why don't we just go upstairs? We put money in the pot, and then we do it as a team. I'll represent the Truth.
Okay, you better not, fellas.
I'm not. Just make sure y'all put up enough money though, and I want a piece of the pot. Zach,
we gonna take the money. That's messed up.
$10 per team. I need gas.
Bruh.
Money. Let alone we're not talking about parasites. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So Deuce DC 414 said, bro, tripping about I had fried water. No, not fried water. Who said fried water? I didn't say, man.
Fried water.
Chill out. Chill out.
You gotta get the parasites out that water too.
Chill out.
It's all types of
DC
stuff.
414. But that's good though, fried water.
That's funny.
So real quick, Shannon, before we get off the air, we run to a close, man. This was good. I have some fun. And
sure.
And also this is very informative too. Like I know some folks that have some issues with mental health, and I definitely want to utilize some of the support that we listed out. But I wanted to talk about like small decisions that we that help us win, help us get through the day. And what are some of your small decisions that help you get through the day and help, kind of satisfy that benevolence side of things?
I think just simply grounding yourself and just like being in the moment, right? Like sometimes it's easy to be like, I just need to get all of this stuff done. But when you really take the time and be like, I have time, and remind yourself of that, I think it helps get you through the day.
Mm-hmm.
Journaling at night before bed and just kind of sorting out your day, that helps. Even like for me, making a checklist in the morning, because it's easy for me to be like, oh, I didn't do anything with my day. And then like, if I make a checklist in the morning, I'm like, man, all this stuff got done and some. So it makes me feel better at night.
You know, we were talking earlier, and I was talking about that guy. His name is Jesse Itzler, and he's a real cool dude. But what he does is he writes handwritten notes to people when in a day and age where digital carries a lot of messaging. So he writes handwritten notes every year to people, as many people as he can on his friends list, family list. And I think that makes a difference. And I learned something new from Biko, and he was saying, like, you know, writing is something in your own handwriting makes everything kinetic. It makes everything connect. So I think being able to write things down and appreciate people from that perspective can help. So, man, I appreciate you, Shannon. I really appreciate everything that you brought to the table, excluding the parasites and the fried chicken. I'm gonna let you have the last word.
Vice versa.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you have the last word.
No, man, thank you guys for checking in with us on the lunch break. Make sure you follow us at the lunch break on Facebook. Make sure you guys stay tapped in for the Grapevine from 2 to 4 with Maanaan, Sabir. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the things at Maybe Shannon, MAYBESHANNON_. And make sure you tap in live every day at 101.7 The Truth on YouTube and join the conversation.
Yes. Bye.